Most people think Columbia's wealthiest neighborhoods are the shiny new developments you see in every ad, but they're dead wrong. The families with real money here don't need to prove anything. Their wealth runs quietly, built on legacy, privacy, and a level of discretion money alone can't buy. Hi folks, it's Brent with the Downing Group at Keller Williams Realty. In this video, I'm showing you where Columbia's old money folks actually live. Some of these neighborhoods are built on land that date back to the Revolutionary War. By the end, you'll see how those same families turned historic ground into modern wealth. And understanding that could change the way you look at real estate in this city. Want to know a secret about Columbia's wealthiest families? Most folks think old money means someone who's been here a while, maybe 20 years. But I'm talking about families whose wealth goes way back to when the city was founded in the 1700s. Wade Hampton I was once called probably the richest planter in the South by Niles Weekly Register in 1823. He built the Hampton Preston Mansion at 1615 Blanding Street. That house marked the start of a lasting influence in South Carolina. Then there's Thomas Taylor. He was a Revolutionary War colonel and one of the men who helped design this place. His family even gave part of their land so the Capitol could be built. When you realize these families helped create the city from the ground up, it's easy to see why their names still matter today. You'll see later when we take a closer look at the area's oldest, most established neighborhoods, how those same families shaped the community for what I like to call intellectual old money. Many of those homes still keep their original style, carefully protected for more than 100 years. These families care more about legacy than luxury. They value privacy over attention and quiet leadership over fame. You won't see them bragging online, but you'll notice homes that stay in the same family, club memberships that last for decades, and kids walking the same school halls their grandparents once did. Now let's head to the neighborhood that still sets the gold standard for Columbia's wealth. It's where old Revolutionary War land became the modern base for modern affluence. Did you know Forest Acres sits on land that once belonged to the wealthiest man in the South? This neighborhood is literally built on Revolutionary War land grants, and the families who live there today have roots going back to the 1780s. This community became official in 1935. It came from the old Taylor Hampton land holding. Remember those names? Thomas Taylor and Wade Hampton I bought 18,000 acres along Old Camden Road in 1785. That's right, when developers first built this community, they were building on land that had been in elite hands for almost 150 years. Home values today average about $325,000, up 5% from last year. That might not sound dramatic, but it shows stable, consistent growth. Families here focus on preserving wealth over time. This area doesn't chase market spikes because it doesn't have to. While Forest Acres shows the city side of old money, another community took a completely different path. It's where wealth was built around space, privacy, and lifestyle instead of downtown convenience. And trust me, you'll want to know which neighborhood this is and how they did it. And hey, if any questions come up on walking you through these luxury areas, anything at all, don't hesitate to reach out. My team and I have been helping folks buy and sell homes across the Midlands for years, and we built one of the top performing real estate groups in the entire region. You'll find my contact info right down in the description below. It'll be a pleasure to help you with whatever you need. So with that said, let's get back to what makes this area so special. The Forest Lake Club is still the social center here. It opened in 1923 and now has over 1,100 members. The 44,000 square foot clubhouse stays busy year-round, with about 31,000 rounds of golf played every year. Generations of families have gathered here for nearly a century, keeping long-standing traditions alive. People call it a city within a city. It runs its own services but stays close to downtown, USC, and major hospitals. The streets are lined with mid-century homes, tall trees, and large yards. Trenham Plaza is within walking distance, giving locals an easy place to shop or grab dinner. In my experience selling luxury homes, the folks who buy here understand something most people don't. They know real value isn't about size or flash. It's about being in the right kind of place where decisions get made. But if Forest Acres is about tradition, wait until you see where the wealthiest families go for total privacy. The next neighborhood takes exclusivity to another level, with security that goes far beyond a simple guard gate. Ever wonder where Columbia's most powerful families go when they want complete privacy? Kings Grant is their retreat, the place they choose once they've made it to the very top. The average sales price in there sits around $923,000, up about 6% from last year. It's home to the highest concentration of wealthy buyers anywhere in the city. People who live here aren't trying to reach luxury, they already have made it and choose this area because it fits their lifestyle. So what makes this place stand out? It starts with full-time professional security that goes far beyond a simple gate. The homes are custom built, anywhere from 3,000 to more than 6,000 square feet. You'll find a private clubhouse, tennis courts, and wooded walking trails that make it feel like its own private world. When money's no issue, privacy becomes real luxury. Now, the market numbers back it all up. This area keeps a 98% list-to-sale price ratio, which means buyers are happy to pay premium prices for the lifestyle and exclusivity. Homes here don't sit long because the people who can afford them already know exactly what they want. Here's something you may not realize about the security here. It's all about protecting privacy. That sense of security comes from the neighbors themselves and from the screening process that starts long before anyone gets to the gate. But even this community can't match what's coming next. We're about to step into neighborhoods with real history, where generations of Columbia's academic and financial elite built a culture that still shapes the city today. Did you know one of Columbia's most prestigious neighborhoods started with a cotton broker's big idea? Heathwood and Shandon helped shape what this place is today. One began with a broker who built the city's first planned community. The other rose on land where Civil War soldiers once walked. Moses Chapel Heath was both a cotton and a real estate broker. He founded Heathwood back in 1914 and set strict architectural rules that still guide the neighborhood today. Homes here now sell for around $1.5 million. Heath understood something about creating lasting value. He set out to create something that would stand the test of time, a true legacy. Shandon's story goes back even further. Attorney Robert W. Shand developed it in the 1890s as Columbia's first real suburb. It made the National Register in 2003, and median home prices now sit around $450,000. But don't let those numbers fool you. The real value here goes far beyond price tags. Later in this video, we'll take a look at cultural anchors. Together, they build long-term connections between families, ties that new money neighborhoods just can't replicate. Remember that Hampton mansion I mentioned earlier? That Wade Hampton estate later became the site of Heathwood Hall Episcopal School. The old money families preserved the property and turned it into a place that continues to shape the future generations. These neighborhoods tend to attract Columbia's academic elite. You'll find USC professors, doctors, and attorneys here. People who value the walkability and character more than sheer size or modern extras. It's what I like to call the intellectual old money. The homes themselves are a work of art. Queen Anne, Craftsman, Colonial Revival, and Neoclassical styles are still preserved under the historic protection. When homes have been in the same family for generations, keeping that history alive becomes personal. Now let's move to my favorite part, the neighborhoods where old money goes to play. Spring Valley covers about 1,200 acres in Northeast Columbia, where families have passed down homes for generations. A lot of kids still go to the same schools their parents did decades ago. Spring Valley is all about privacy and tradition. At the center sits the Spring Valley Country Club, surrounded by custom brick homes, tree-lined streets, and families who've lived here for years. The median list price is around $450,000, but that only scratches the surface. These are homes with deep roots, built around golf, community, and legacy. The country club itself dates back to 1925. The original course was designed by William Didel, then renovated by Bob Cupp in 2020. There are about 800 full golf members, plus social memberships. The 18-hole course brings people together for fundraisers, weekend rounds, and family traditions that have lasted for decades. The clubhouse is about 20,000 square feet and packed with things to do. Dining rooms, banquet spaces, a fitness center, swimming pool, tennis, and pickleball. The calendar stays full all year with holiday galas, golf tournaments, and the family events that bring everyone together, generation after generation. What really stands out here is how these long-established neighborhoods think about wealth. Families here focus on preserving it, building value that lasts, instead of chasing whatever's new in the market. Now, about the record-breaking sale in the Columbia area, that was a $9 million estate in Lexington that shattered every record in the Columbia MLS. It's a gated 3-acre property with a 9,500 square foot custom home, a sale that made local real estate history. The families behind that record sale aren't flashy. They're business leaders from Lexington County who've built their success over decades. That's how old money moves here. Quietly, strategically, and always within entrusted circles. And next, I'll show you what truly separates these old money neighborhoods from all the new construction going up across Columbia. Once you understand that difference, it'll change the way you think about real estate here. Old money and new money treat real estate in completely different ways. While most buyers rush towards Lexington, Blythewood, and the newer Lake Murray developments, old money families are playing a slower, smarter game. And trust me, it's paying off. You can spot new money patterns here pretty quickly once you know what to look for. In Blythewood, average home prices are around $450,000. In Lexington, it's closer to $300,000. Focus is on new builds, gated neighborhoods, and a long list of amenities. It's all about showing success through size and upgrades. Old money does the opposite. These families keep properties in the family, choosing renovation over relocation. They care about architecture, history, and location more than anything new or flashy. Their wealth grows quietly over time because it's built to last, not to impress. We've seen this same mindset for centuries with the old Hampton and Taylor estates. Land bought in the 1780s is still creating value today. That alone proves how much power there is in long-term ownership and deep community roots. What really sets these neighborhoods apart are the institutions that hold them together. Heathwood Hall School charges between $12,000 and $24,000 per year, serving about 900 students. Hammond School tuition averages around $21,000 for 1,000 students. These schools are networks that connect generations of families. And then there's the social side. The Palmetto Club brings together downtown business leaders. And Trinity Episcopal Cathedral, founded back in 1812, still holds services in Columbia's oldest sanctuary. These places build relationships that last for decades, even lifetimes. In my years of selling luxury homes, notice this same pattern over and over. New money families buy homes to make a statement. Old money families buy to protect what matters: legacy, history, and connection. We've explored Columbia's true power centers. The difference between old money and new money areas comes down to understanding legacy versus status. While new developments compete on amenities and features, established neighborhoods compete on influence and permanence. That difference compounds over generations. If you're ready to explore this luxury market or find your place among these established communities, email me directly at brentd@thedowningteam.com. Whether you're relocating from out of state or moving locally, I'll provide you with the insider access that these neighborhoods require. Want to see these neighborhoods up close? Check out my tour video where I take you behind the gates of Kings Grant, show you what a $9 million Lake Murray estate home actually looks like, and reveal luxury spots most Columbia locals don't even know exist. Click the video on your screen now for a rare look inside Columbia's most exclusive addresses and see exactly what makes these neighborhoods worth the premium. Have a great week.